30 seconds. 30 seconds. I gotta go. Woo! Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Shoot.
Put himself into that position, not be the boss. Let your coach be the boss, because when you fight, it's a very unpleasant environment. Like, you don't control nothing. You know, there's a lot of stuff that happens. You try to control as much as the things that you can control, but there's a lot of stuff that you do not control. So you want to recreate that environment. But if you're trying to always control everything in your training the way you want, and not let your coaches do that for you to put you in hell, that's a problem, because it's not reality. Right. You need to prepare yourself for something that resemble as much as you can what you're gonna be put into.
Conor McGregor is not the sort of fighter who keeps quiet, and now that his match with Max Holloway approaches, he seems to be heating things up. With his constant trash talking and the intense training videos he posts, Conor McGregor looks like he's out to give his opponent a rough warning before their fight inside the octagon. In each video, people wonder if the real Notorious has returned, or if it is just another mind game by McGregor. One thing for sure is that McGregor is ready to show his dominance and give everyone, including Holloway, a lesson.
Watch my right there. Yeah. Keep the hand up. Yeah. So, bam, and roll. And hook. Yeah. So same if you move, you throw right. Yeah. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah. Your right hand. So you go, bam. Yeah. This is hard. Yeah. Because he gives you right. Boom, he goes, what? He goes, bam. Okay? You deliver. Yeah, feel it. That's because you sink the punch. Yeah. You understand me? I see both boom. That's why I want more people to do it. Very good fight. Watch that elbow.
You think Conor wins?
Absolutely. It's not an easy fight. Max is very good at what he does. He's obviously been in there against the best guys in the world repeatedly over and over and over again. But whilst Conor's been inactive, the hunger will start to thrive in his mind and in his skull. And at 170 pounds, I think this fight's very, very interesting. I think it's very interesting. Conor's going to have the knockout power.
Max and trying to get into his head, doing the whole thing about how he's his son, etc., etc., etc. Do you truly believe he thinks he's the same fighter that he beat?
I think he thinks it. I think he's wrong. But like,
you actually think he believes that, though? Come on, like,
yeah,
he's not
Conor
an idiot.
McGregor's a deeply delusional person. And you know, like, we don't have to go down this particular side of this road too far, but like, of the things that I think he doesn't believe that he's saying in that interview, I'm much more inclined to believe that he is pretending when he's talking about, I no longer care about the material things in life, and this doesn't matter to me. I am a man of faith, and I'm not going to talk numbers because that doesn't mean anything to me. If we're picking like an order of things that I think are bullshit, I think that one's much more transparent bullshit than Conor McGregor, notorious weirdo, believes that his opponent is beneath him. That rings incredible.
McGregor has also offered some insight into how the matchup with Holloway was finalized, indicating that he did not have anything to do with his pairing with the Hawaiian fighter. As stated by McGregor himself, it turned out to be Holloway in the end, as no other contenders could be found for him. In this regard, he said that he would take on anyone the UFC could give him and accept all names suggested to him. Nevertheless, there were also some who could not get negotiations underway, as well as those for which McGregor would have had to return to lightweight.
How do we get to Max? It seemed like you had the pick of the litter. Why Max?
Again, they picked that.
Oh,
they picked that.
All right.
Oh yeah, they picked it. It just became Max. They didn't like the way the shape of the other belt went. There was a lot of
The BMF.
yeah. Well, you know.
Was Oliveira discussed at any point?
No.
Diaz?
No. It just felt the only one that was there was Holloway.
Really?
It just landed on
Pratchez?
Holloway.
What was the story with Pratchez?
Pratchez, Pratchez, that how you pronounce that?
Yeah, that's the Brazilian.
Listen, they said to me about him. I said, yeah, no problem. Send the contract. So I'm saying, yeah, for about 2 weeks. Where's the fucking contract? No contract came. Do you know what it was? They wanted me back down at 155 pounds.
Okay.
So I think they were trying to throw names at me to say, well, I said, yes, no problem. So your man went 5 rounds with Garry. I seen the fight. Little southpaw, little whippy southpaw. So, yeah, no problem. I'm a 170 pounder at the minute.
In regards to Max Holloway's confidence prior to this long-awaited rematch, McGregor did not consider it as an issue. Indeed, he recognized that Max had become a much better and more experienced fighter compared to how he was before their last fight. But McGregor believed that it does not change anything for him. Talking about their last bout, McGregor said that there was still a lot of stuff that convinced him that he was better than his opponent. Although he admitted that Max had done well for himself throughout all these years, he remained confident about his own superiority to every everyone else inside the octagon.
No numbers out of me, no.
All right. What did you make of Max's energy? The interview that you did with Rogan on Sunday, he's very
Bit
confident.
rude, wasn't it? He's confident. I didn't see that.
You didn't
Look,
see that?
look, Max is all right. Max is good. Max is my son. I sunned Max when we fought those years ago, and I'm going to do so again.
He's gotten a lot better since you last fought. Would you not agree?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't see much.
Since 2013?
No, I don't see much. I don't see much difference, no.
Really?
No, not so much. Same reaction, same movements. Listen, Max got better after he fought me. He added more moves to his game, but even still, there's only one. So I'm not going to say I don't rate him. I don't rate any of them. So it's on me now, with my date set, to go and show that, and that makes me.
While everybody thought that all the attention would be devoted to McGregor's return fight against Max Holloway, another heated discussion regarding the Irish star was gaining momentum. In this case, however, the discussion didn't start because of any video clip or fight between two opponents, but rather because of Chael Sonnen's opinion about McGregor's scandals. While Sonnen admitted that McGregor never denied being an irresponsible character, he stated that there is a much more serious issue that everyone needs to consider. Using examples from the history of mixed martial arts, Sonnen told why, in his opinion, doping scandals are more harmful than those associated with the fighter's private life.
Conor would get drunk at a press conference in front of you. Like, Conor doesn't run from the fact that he could be a wild man. I mean, I'll just share with you, nobody in the history of the world has used cocaine. Something that can kill you, something that can imprison you, but didn't take a drug that could help you. Right? Nobody, ever. I remember when Jones got hit with this. I remember talking to Rashad about it. Jones got hit with cocaine. I said, Rashad, he's on steroids. Rashad said, man, I don't think so. You know, how can you say that about John? I said, Rashad, he got caught taking an illegal substance that could have overdosed him. Why would he not take something that would help him? And I just remember, but I remember Rashad going like, he didn't have an answer. Like, yeah, you made a good point.
Sonnen continued to provide his take regarding the reasons why cheating allegations are perceived in such a unique manner compared to almost any other debate in combat sports. According to Sonnen, most combat sports athletes would choose to be accused of recklessness and mistakes outside the ring rather than be accused of cheating and having their integrity in the ring compromised. Sonnen said that getting accused of being a cheater is something that leaves a stain forever because it is difficult to get over that sort of false accusation. Recalling his own fighting career, Sonnen confessed that he always tried to gain any legitimate edge to make him perform better.
I offered you that with Conor because as an athlete, you would rather be branded a drunk, or you would rather be branded a cocaine user than you would want to be said that somebody tried to cheat the sport. That is a huge insult that somebody that did not do that would not want attached to them, and frankly wouldn't deserve to. And performance enhancing drug has always been a tough one for me. I got asked about that in front of a commission. Chael, have you ever taken a performance enhancing drug? And under oath, I told the commission, I have never taken anything in my life that I didn't have a reasonable expectation would enhance my performance.
To add further fuel to the raging debate, Garry has come up with his own prediction on how he thinks the match would unfold. Garry admits that Holloway is definitely an elite fighter who has fought against many of the best players in the game, making it by no means an easy task. Nevertheless, Garry thinks that the long gap that McGregor has been taking from the game would prove helpful for him, bringing back that much needed fire in him. In addition, considering his knockout abilities, Garry believes that this would definitely give him an edge over the other player.
You think Conor wins?
Absolutely. It's not an easy fight. Max is very good at what he does. He's obviously been in there against the best guys in the world repeatedly over and over and over again. But whilst Conor's been inactive, the hunger will start to thrive in his mind and in his skull. And at 170 pounds, I think this fight's very, very interesting. I think it's very interesting. Conor's going to have the knockout power.
One of the people commenting on McGregor's return to the octagon is former UFC title holder Georges St-Pierre, who provided a different perspective on the challenge that lay ahead. According to him, one of the most difficult tasks in any type of combat sport is to come back to the highest point possible, having achieved fame and riches once before. For him, once an athlete has tasted the taste of richness, it becomes more and more challenging to go through the pain of physical suffering and sacrifice again and again. St-Pierre said that to achieve greatness, an athlete must suffer constantly in training. Moreover, Din Thomas has suggested that this matchup may go beyond just raw punching power. While he still expects McGregor to carry knockout threat, he questions whether the Irishman still has the same sharpness and speed and balance that once made him so difficult to read. On the other side, Holloway's constant movement, angles, and high volume striking could create serious problems if he finds his rhythm. Thomas believes that if Holloway is able to control distance effectively while pushing a relentless pace, the momentum of the fight could gradually shift in his favor as the rounds progress. Thomas took his analysis a step further, suggesting that Holloway's path to victory lies in disciplined footwork and relentless pressure. He believes McGregor could struggle if Holloway consistently stays just outside the Irishman's punching range while answering back with steady volume of his own. In his view, those early exchanges could also bring back memories of McGregor's recent setbacks, potentially testing his composure and confidence as the fight unfolds. Rather than relying on a single finishing shot, Thomas argues that Holloway's best approach is to gradually break him down through sustained output and clean, well-timed combinations. Commentator Jed Meshew added another layer to the debate, questioning whether McGregor's recent remarks are fully genuine or partly psychological gamesmanship aimed at Holloway. While acknowledging McGregor's tendency to elevate himself above opponents, he suggested that some of his statements may be more performative than sincere, especially when discussing things like material success or personal values. In his view, McGregor often presents himself in a way that reinforces his dominance narrative, treating rivals as beneath him. However, Meshew also admitted there is a possibility McGregor truly believes everything he says, even if others around him strongly disagree with that perspective. Meshew added his assessment by stressing that while McGregor may look slightly more physically prepared than in parts of his recent layoff, that alone doesn't justify believing the narrative around his mindset. He argued that there is little historical evidence to suggest McGregor should be taken at face value when speaking about his own condition or intentions. Although he allowed that certain changes in his preparation style might not be negative, Meshew remained unconvinced that this version of McGregor represents a clearly improved or more trustworthy fighter than the one seen ahead of his previous comeback attempt. Who takes it when the cage door closes? McGregor's return fire or Holloway's relentless pressure? Drop your prediction in the comments and let us know who you've got winning this one. And if you're enjoying the breakdowns, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more fight talk.